Battlefield is set and the storm is closing in, and tonight, every player for themselves. You can expect chaos and clutch moments and eliminations that will leave you indeed speechless. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Eon Network Horizon, and on a night tonight where there's one question haunting every single person, whispering through the halls of this arena. What will Micha's mother say here on Eon? Hey again, everybody, I'm Adrian Matt alongside my broadcast colleague TNT. This is going to be interesting because we know for a fact what happened this past week. It was Micha's mother who did announce that she had another announcement. Remember what was been going on as of late? It was Micha who announced that his parents were going to get a divorce. His father came on, and now his mother came on, confirming the divorce. And then, well, it looks like none other than Micha's mother once again said that she's going to have an announcement here tonight.
I'm gonna keep on saying it. It's fidelity. He was cheating. I know she wanna say that it wasn't cheating involved, but I gotta say it's cheating. Fidelity was involved.
Well, she did say that there was no cheating involved, but of course that is your theory. A Seek champion at this point now, up above now, and that is Crispy, who's trying to knock down the last remaining opponent. It is the last two standing right now, ladies and gentlemen.
And
the
Crispy
rules are simple. Every single person for themselves. Again, the person with the most amount of game wins will indeed win at the 10th round. With that said, Crispy got his first game win right there. You must be very impressed with Crispy.
Yeah, very impressed with Crispy right there. He did a massive job there, being the last one standing in that round. And how many rounds was there?
Well, this is going to be 10 rounds in total, so 1 round down, 9 more to go. And ladies and gentlemen, again, I cannot wait, though. We have a lot on the line when it comes to this, because we know that this is not for a title match, but we do know that the title holder, Mist, is still the champion, and he is looking for competition. So just imagine if Mist is actually looking on in the broadcast, scouting his opponents and looking to perhaps maybe defend the title against one of these great potential enemies here tonight.
Victims is what I call them, victims. Because they are going to be victimized by the reigning, defending, undisputed Fortnite champion, Mist.
Has been undefeated ever since he's won the title a couple of months ago. As you can see now, this match again is underway. Crispy did win the first one. We're going to find out who's going to be winner of the second one. There's Crispy, the winner of the first round, of course, now doing what he can to at least try to scout out the opponents. Hey, let's talk strategy here, T. Of course, you've played, I guess you played Fortnite in the past. Is that safe for me to say?
I played the old Fortnite. Yes,
Okay.
I don't like the new. The new Fortnite is making me hate Fortnite in general.
Well, it is fun. It's fun for the great fans, but nevertheless, what would you say at least, when it comes to strategy to win this matchup?
First of all, you gotta stay inside the safe haven that is the storm. That way you don't be outside the storm. The storm will kill you. Also, you gotta make sure you can be the last man standing. Get the better weapon, shoot your opponent down, whether if it's a rocket launcher or a shotgun, or maybe a minigun. No, I'm not talking about the sucking minigun that was in TGW or Eon Network. No, I'm talking about the actual weapon minigun. You can use that.
I was about to say. Anyways, as you can see here, Fallball, who returns after hiatus here. This is interesting. Fallball has said it in the past as well. He said that he really would have loved to be the guy in Eon Network. He would have loved to be the guy to be the man to be the champion. And Crispy just... Look at that. Crispy just scored for a second time, eliminating Fallball. And I was just about to make the point. Fallball said it, that he would have loved to be the man in Eon Network. And the fact that he's returned, he has a great chance to do that. But guess what? There's a huge roadblock standing in his way, and his name is Crispy, the man who eliminated Fallball moments ago. And Crispy celebrates his second point now. And I'll tell you, T, this is going to be very, very impressive for Crispy. Crispy has been wanting to win matches on Fortnite. Tonight, it is his night to do so. Tonight, it is an opportunity for Crispy to branch out, and tonight is the chance for Crispy to finally win a big one.
No, there's a quote saying, to be the man, you got to beat the man, and I think Crispy is going to be that man, to beat every single man, or person, kid, here in the gaming night.
Well, every single competitor.
Yes.
As this matchup now is underway, we understand this is going to be round 3. Ladies and gentlemen, we are still awaiting again for Micha's mother. We talked about it, though. I have to feel sorry for this kid, Micha, who did announce that his parents were going to get a divorce. We're going to get a lot more answers, though, exactly what is that announcement that Micha's mother is going to be explaining later on tonight. And again, I can't wait for that. But aside from your theory that there was cheating involved, nonetheless, we do know for a fact that they're getting a divorce. Now, Just imagine for Micha, though. Imagine what he's going through. The fact of the matter is Micha himself is very much dejected. He's upset over this entire thing as Dexter got eliminated by Fall Ball. He's upset about this entire thing. You have to feel sorry for the kid.
Yeah, as Crispy is on a hunt trying to get his fresh meat, and he did get his prey right there. Crispy did, but yeah, I do feel bad for Michael. I mean, he's a child. He is wondering why his parents are getting divorced. Obviously, I know why his parents are getting divorced, and it's an obvious reason why. But like I feel so bad for Micah. I mean, Micah gotta know the truth beyond this, and no one is telling him the truth.
I don't think there is any truth there, T, other than the fact that they're just getting a divorce because they said it many times in the past. They just don't, they can't get along.
I think there's more into it. I mean, I got my third eyes in this, and my third eye is telling me that there's I mean, you don't get a divorce out of the blue, right? You don't get a divorce out of the blue. There has to be a reason.
Well, we are going to be talking about that later on tonight, but again, the last two standing for round 3. It is Fall Ball versus Crispy. Crispy already winning 2 rounds here tonight, looking to make sure he's going to win his third one. I do want to say the champion Mist is looking on live here on Twitch. For Mist, he's going to be defending the title eventually against an opponent down the road. These 2 opponents could be potential #1 contenders, but if you are Mist, you definitely got to be scouting. Fall Ball landing on his feet. There's Crispy now, making sure he's going to be inside the structure he's building there, T.
And Crispy is on the attack. He's on the move, trying to get that last kill on Fall Ball. I think he can do it. But like I said, Crispy is going to be the man, and he can be that man to be the victor here tonight.
And he can, T. I mean, we've seen Crispy many times in the past. He really does have a lot of potential, and I've said this since day one. Crispy has a lot of good traits. He has the toolbox to become a champion one day. But when is that time, though? That is the burning question. When is Crispy going to make that happen? And that's something that Crispy has been asking himself every single day. When is it going to be my time to finally win? And Crispy's making sure he's going to get that answer eventually, looking to make sure at least it starts here tonight. Imagine if Crispy does win this entire free-for-all match, and then he heads on to win a #1 contendership and face Mist and wins the title. Can you imagine? That would be perhaps maybe an incredible, and I mean incredible transition here in the game.
I was a bit worried about Crispy because he was losing health there, but he did get his health back up. That's what he needed. So now these 2 are definitely got their health back up. Actually, Fall Ball is losing health now that he's outside the safe haven.
Yeah, Fall Ball now, outside of the safe haven. You got to watch out. Crispy does have the upper hand. He has the advantage due to the fact that Crispy does have more life. And again, Crispy, the hat trick has connected. The trifecta already here. Crispy at this point now has his 3rd victory, and Crispy is dominating thus far tonight. And you just saw that moments ago. Crispy did have the upper hand. Very smart of Crispy to do, to stay inside the safe haven. And we talked about it many times in the past. If you are not inside that safe haven, that storm will be a huge integral factor in depleting your health.
Yeah, that's what you gotta do. I mean, that's the key thing. Stay in that safe haven. You don't want to get out the safe haven because it will kill you. And great job for Crispy.
Well, I gotta say that again, the champion Mist is looking on. He actually said, quote, on Twitch, quote, "No way y'all keep letting little bro win." He's referring to Crispy winning for a 3rd time. But I mean, I think that's a little disrespectful if you ask me. I mean, Crispy actually very much is a very, very great competitor. So it looks like, I don't know, it looks like he's undermining Chris's victories here tonight.
I mean, you know, when you're that good, you can say what you want. You know, he's a champion for a reason.
Will you stop?
And he has he has everything that he can say, and he says things, and he can at least back it up.
Okay, and you're right. He can indeed back it up. He's got the champion. But at the very least, showing respect doesn't hurt anyone. And the fact that the champion himself doesn't show that at times really does irk me every time, as Crispy now begins to build upward. And we know Crispy, again, a man that has been very vocal. He's aired his grievances many times in the past. The trials and tribulations that he's gone through the years here on Neon Networks. He would love to really make that final message being sent tonight to send to everybody that Crispy can indeed be champion worthy, that he's champion material here, and Crispy wants to make sure he continues that. And again, he's the only one in this game here, T, that has any victories.
Yeah, he does. I mean, Crispy has what it takes to be to win this whole thing. And makes actually everybody does, but Crispy has been on cloud nine right now. He is taking in things to a whole different level, and just destroying people left and right. And Crispy is the ongoing favorite to win this whole thing.
Being told by the board of directors that Micha's mother actually has joined us live via satellite. She will be introduced after this game is over with. So Micha's mom is here. Again, she'll be introduced after the matchup is over with. And now Seek Champion going after Crispy. But hey, going back to what you're saying, I mean, you're right. Crispy definitely has the odds-on favorite to win this match. But who's to say maybe that odds-on favorite might perhaps maybe go away. But then again, Crispy just got his 4th point. And it really begs the question, who can win? Who can defeat Crispy? He's gotten 4 game wins now, and he has been owning the entire game.
Until he gets to the championship. When he goes to the championship, if he ever goes to the championship, no, not if, when he goes to the championship, he got to face Mist whenever that time comes.
Well, the bottom line is, again, whenever that happens, we're going to find out exactly who's going to be coming out on top. Mist obviously has not lost the title ever since he's won that championship, and I'll tell you one thing, he has been a very impressive competitor for many years. At least for a time being, ever since he's been a champion here. As the matchup again is underway, this is round 5, halfway through in this game. And T, you gotta know, I mean, you have to believe that these guys really, really do know, for the most part, this is a challenging thing to win.
You know, I just helped Crispy out. I just let him get that first kill. I mean, that was great.
Well, that's nice.
Yeah.
Getting involved in the game.
Well, I just wanted.
You got involved last week, might as well get involved this week.
Well, I just wanted to get eliminated early in the game.
As you can see, again, well, of course, it's
Barney
Crispy
and Friends game.
Okay. How can you call it a Barney and Friends game? I mean, like I said, it's vibrant, it's lively. I mean, there's so much going on. It's a conglomerate game. Everybody plays it. A lot of people have fun, and they have an entertaining time every single week. They enjoy it. These guys do. These great fans, these great members, the people watching on Twitch or also on YouTube, they have a great time doing it. I don't know why you're against this game so much. It brings a lot of smiles to a lot of people's faces.
It also brings tears to my face.
I'm sure. Sure, a lot of people would say that about your commentary. Nonetheless, though, as you can see, Fallball going against Crispy at this point in time, ladies and gentlemen. Fallball right now, again, Crispy and Fallball, the last two standing. And I'll tell you, T, these two, again, a rematch thus far. Crispy has done a wonderful job being able to win every single round, but maybe this is going to be the time for Fallball to redeem himself, perhaps?
Well, I don't think so, because Crispy is looking on top, and I think Crispy is going to get it. I think Crispy can get another score here, as he is doing his best to knock down Fallball. And as we see,
great job doing.
We do see a pattern here, Adrian. These two are always the last two in the matchup.
And again, it's that motivation that really is making. And I guess I'll get to that in a minute. As you can see, Crispy at the top of the structure and Fallball still looking on. What I was trying to make the point, though, was that it's that motivation. It's that inspiration that drives these people here, these great players. It makes them more determined more than ever before for them to really get themselves going, to really pump up the iron, per se, and to really try to make a name for themselves. I mean, we've seen it many times through the years. Mist has done it, yes. Kai2 Crazy has done it, and Fallball has done it tonight. Fallball has got his first point, and here's the kicker. Fallball getting his first point here tonight. This means that perhaps this could be the opening that Fallball needs, and the game again is officially not over. So despite the fact that Crispy is winning with a huge lead of 4 points, this does not mean that Fallball or any of the competitors are officially out of the woods just yet.
Yeah, I think Crispy might have made a mistake by jumping in front Fallball, but that was a really good job on Fallball to get the executed victory right then and there.
Well, I was just going to say there, sometimes whenever pressure begins to build, irrational choices are made. And perhaps for Crispy, that's exactly was the case right there. An irrational choice made by Crispy, but you got to believe he is going to make sure he's going to correct that wrong. He does not want to duplicate that wrong this round.
Yeah, no, don't ever want to credit Crispy. Crispy is doing a really bang up job here tonight. Everybody is, but you know, Crispy, like I said, is all odds favorite to win this whole thing.
Fallball looking to put a stop to that, though. Fallball and Crispy won again.
Oh.
I'll tell you, these two guys are very close to each other. Crispy and Fallball. I think Crispy understands Fallball is the biggest threat. So Crispy says, you know what? Instead of waiting to the end, why don't I knock down the biggest threat now? That way I don't have to worry about it in the end. And that's perhaps going to be Crispy's mindset. But Fallball has the mindset as well. These two guys about to meet up at the top. And now the building continues. And guys, I'll tell you, this is going to be a very interesting story here between two guys who motivate themselves to the top, who have a tremendous amount of passion for Fortnite, and two guys who have said it many times in the past, how they really want to be the guy in Eon Network, to be rolling here on Fortnite, and to be known as the best of the best.
But they also have to worry about the people on the ground, because if they shoot where
oh no, wait a
Fallball.
minute! Crispy has been eliminated there, T.
I was gonna say, like, if they gotta watch out for the people on the ground, because they can eliminate them as they are building on top, and the
They
whole thing
can, but
collapses.
it's going to be a tough battle nonetheless, though. I mean, again, Fallball definitely has the opening now. He's gained the momentum in this previous round. Who's to say he's going to gain the momentum now? And you can see here Fallball eliminating Dexter moments ago. Fallball now has Seek Champion and All Madden. The last two standing alongside with Fallball right now, who just eliminated Seek Champion. My goodness gracious, you can see the dissection continues. Fallball is driving this matchup to his side, and you can see continues to dictate this pace. Fallball is doing a really good job. All Madden now needs to watch out, but Fallball dropping. He just dropped a lot of health points there,
Ooh.
T.
They both losing a lot of points.
And now who's going to be winning this matchup? You can already tell All Madden does have the advantage. Again, he does have more points. However, it's not too much. Fallball with currently 5 points right now. These two guys really rushing at it at this time. You got to imagine these two guys really have a lot of pressure building inside. And who's going to make the first move? We're going to find out in just a matter of moments. And it's all about making sure you make those first moves, though, against your opponent. You do not want to let the opponent get the upper hand. As Fallball doing a very smart he actually did a very smart thing there, T. He was able to drink that potion that allowed Fallball to make sure he can recuperate just a bit.
But he's drinking all the I think that's Denima, I'm not sure, but they both are like Fallball is losing the health right now. He's at 5 health right now, whereas All Madden is at 69, 64 health. Madden needs to stay inside that safe haven.
And
But got
Fallball,
killed.
though, completely like a hawk, looking right at the opponent, and now prayed against his opponent, took the victory. Fallball is at 2 points, ladies and gentlemen. Fallball needed that opening. He needed that separation. Fallball needed that win. Ever since he won in the previous round, this has been a different Fallball, a much more focused Fallball, a much more dangerous, a much more ferocious Fallball, and now I think Fallball has his head in the game, and he does have a great chance to win in this, and he has a chance to top it up Crispy. Remember, Crispy's at 4 points, Fallball with 2, but there's still many more rounds left. In fact, this is round 7, so hey, Fallball still has a great chance, ladies and gentlemen, and this is going to be a good one. Crispy and Fallball, the only one in the scoreboard.
Was that Fallball or was that Madden that got the point? I don't know. I can't really tell who got that point, but regardless, Fallball and Madden and Crispy, they all are doing a bang up job here.
And by the way, I just wanted to say, you're going to like this one. Mist actually said on Twitch, he said, quote, "Good luck to Crispy having to verse the MJ of Fortnite."
Yeah, that's what. Hey, I agree. I mean, I would like to see that match.
He made a Michael Jordan reference a couple of weeks back on the Orion Drift. I thought you would like that one.
I do. I mean, like, he is the, that one kid, that one man. I don't know his gamer tag on VR, but he was the VP. He was the MVP. He was the Michael Jordan in that Orion Drift, and that was great. That was awesome.
You can see Fallball at the top, now going after Crispy. Once again, a rematch. Begin to embroil here tonight in this matchup on Fortnite. Free-for-all style here, a part of the Network's horizon. Seek Champion to the distance there. Fallball continues to shoot, but Seek Champion very smart to go inside the materials, but it looks like Seek Champion has been eliminated. Crispy and Fallball, the last two standing at this moment in time. Once again, a little bit of a rematch. Crispy looking to make sure he's going to redeem himself. Trying to make sure that he's going to, again, correct that wrong. But Fallball does have the advantage. He does have the high ground. It allows Fallball to spectate from the top against a vulnerable Crispy, a much more exposed Crispy down there.
And there, Chris Fall Boy just eliminated me. How did I last long in that match? I did not.
Not quite too sure as Crispy is
I was just standing
dancing.
around.
It looks like he's prancing as Crispy. Crispy, you know that was on purpose, right? That was by design to show some form of dominance, some form of defiancy, telling to Fallball that he's not gonna go down without a fight. That's what Crispy's saying right now.
So Crispy need to, it's all fun and games when you dance around, but you need to get your head in the game and defeat your target. That's your target right now. It's Fall Ball, and that's what you need to do.
And the target's on the move. Fallball already at the top. These two are very close now. Closer than ever before. Crispy looking to get the advantage. A shot right there to the midsection. Fallball losing some health, but so did Crispy. But Crispy rejuvenating yet again, whereas Fallball is doing the same.
They both just rejuvenated as Fallball is now losing health again.
And if Fallball wins this here, T, this is going to be a huge turning point in this matchup. Fallball will then have 3 points, and he will need 1 more point to officially make it into a tie. So this is going to be a huge turning point thus far, as this matchup really is going to be breaking down here. Fallball at the top yet again against Crispy. Crispy very exposed. Fallball does have the slight advantage. He is up there. They call it the high ground for a reason. That's Fallball, though, once again now having a plan up his sleeve, begins to recuperate yet again. You can see the storm now beginning to, once again, well, close in.
If Crispy do what I think he's doing, if he does get this thing to collapse, then that would be good on Crispy's part, and he does become the winner of this round.
That's if Crispy can do it successfully. And if Fallball does mess up, then Crispy's going to take advantage. He's going to capitalize off the mess up, something that Crispy's done in the past, and you were there. You were right. You saw that there. Fallball. Looks like some of the construction, some of the buildings constructed really collapsed and destroyed at the hands of Crispy, as Crispy turning his attention and focus against Fallball. And these two guys yet again meeting eye to eye before Fallball went upstairs again.
This is great strategy by Crispy, trying to get your opponents, and now they both are in the storm.
Inside, and someone's going to get the upper hand, and it was Crispy. Crispy got the upper hand out of the two. It was Crispy who saw the moment, he capitalized on the moment, and he got the victory there. Crispy now officially with 5 points, and I believe, ladies and gentlemen, if my calculations are correct, I believe Crispy is officially the winner. I think that he would be the winner, right? If Fallball were to win the next 2 rounds, hypothetically, he would still have 4 points, whereas Crispy with 5. Crispy's your winner. He is your official winner here tonight in this free-for-all battle.
And just like Miss says, in this game right here, Crispy is the MVP in this game.
But you have to be proud of Crispy. You have to be proud of this kid. This kid has joined us last year in 2024. For Crispy, it has been a roller coaster ride of emotions, and again, the trials and tribulations, all the different events here that has taken place in this matchup, that has taken place through his tenure here in Eon Network. He said it many times in the past, how he's wanted to win big ones, how he's wanted to become the man to become a champion in Eon Network, to really become the guy that can stand out. And tonight was the night that Crispy did it. Crispy was able to actually win this free-for-all matchup. He was able to stand out tonight, and he was dominant, and he just won again. And Crispy now officially has 6 points. T, this is an absolutely 100% great showing from Crispy.
You know what type of moment that is? That's a shucky crack moment, because that was great. That was a great kill. The amazing skills that Crispy has right there.
And you are right. It is an amazing skill, but the champion has spoken. The champion has said, quote, Crispy, I'll see you down the road in a contendership. And if Crispy does end up becoming #1 contender, then it will be Mist who will be waiting for that one-on-one. And it looks like, well, Mist again saying, quote, I'll show you what a champ can do.
Yeah, you know what? That I love it. I love that champion. He has the encouragement, he has the skill, he has charisma is what Miz has.
Well, he's brash, he is indeed cocky though, but nonetheless he's successful. Mr. Mist has made a name for himself. and again has won every single opponent, has defeated every single opponent in matchup that has gone his way for the title up for grabs. There's no denying that Mist is indeed a champion, and there's no denying that he really is a formidable force. But for someone like Crispy, an underdog who's been here for quite some time, scratching and clawing into the top, maybe this is going to be the time for Crispy to try to prove to himself and everyone else that maybe he can indeed beat the big dog that is known as Misty.
Big dog. There's only one big dog, and that's Roman Reigns, the tribal chief.
Whatever you say.
The tribal chief. Acknowledge your tribal chief.
Do you want to say real quick again, ladies and gentlemen, Micah's mom is here live via satellite. She will be here with an announcement later on tonight, determining exactly what will be said about this whole situation dealing with Micah and his parents and the divorce that has been placed. Perhaps maybe this is going to be a very interesting turning point in that life as well. T.
Yeah, you know, I just need Micah mother to tell the truth. I mean, that's all she needs to do. Tell the truth. I mean, we all know that there is a cheating. You want to save someone that did you wrong, and I get that. You want to save your family. I understand, but come on, we all know the truth. You owe it to your son, the truth.
Ball has just won this round, but T, and I get it. I mean, again, you're more than welcome to think of any theory you want, but I mean, it's already been confirmed many times that there's no cheating involved. I'm not quite sure exactly what it is.
That's what she was forced to say that.
Oh, come on. You're not going to tell me that was a force.
She was forced to say that. I mean, you have a vulnerable woman saying that, there is no cheating involved. He's a good man. There is no cheating involved. People do not get divorced for no reason, Adrian.
And well, this is one of those reasons, though, that she gave out. That there are a lot of arguments. There are a lot of fighting. Those are very much good reasons for a divorce. It doesn't just have to be about cheating there, too.
Okay, why were they fighting? Cheating. You are with that.
Reasons.
Okay. Name one.
Well, we can't speculate, but maybe, I don't know, maybe perhaps billing issues. Unfortunately, finance does come into play when it comes to divorce cases. Not only that, but also a lot of different discrepancies that take place in a marriage. Things like that.
So, okay, from all the court cases that I've seen dealing in relationships, most of them are dealing with people fidelity. That's what I've been watching. I've seen a lot of court cases about that.
Well, you may have seen a lot of court cases, but this is not one of those court cases, T. This is a much different feel, a much different, and I mean a very different, unorthodox, a very mind-numbing story. This is about a kid who actually joined us here on EON Network. About a kid who really thought that his world was ending. A kid who really thought that there was nobody that was going to listen to him. A kid that felt that he was the only one alone in his world. And yet, for some reason, there is a divorce happening in his life. So what does he do? He comes on EON Network, the only place he trusts. He announces this divorce, that his parents are going to be getting a divorce. He announces it. And then his parents come on the line, on the broadcast live via satellite, explain what's happening. I mean, it's different. This is not your original court case story here. This is a much different story.
How was it different? You have people divorcing all the time. You see a lot of people getting divorced as Crispy is looking to take down Champion. But you see a lot of divorces. I think that Crispy that taken out.
Actually, it was Seek Champion who won. Seek Champion actually winning his first round right there.
Yeah, good job to Seek Champion for getting that victory. But you can't. Okay.
Will you please stop?
Okay.
I mean, listen, this is a very sensitive topic.
It is.
Sensitive information. I mean, let's get real.
I am being real. I'm calling it as I see it. I feel bad for Micha.
Can you prove to me there is some sort of? Can you prove to me that there is some sort of evidence that shows that they're cheating, or at least the husband is cheating?
I need more. I need more from the husband. I need to know what like what caused the argument. I need to know what caused the argument. Is he staying out all night? Is he working all night? If he's claiming that he's been working all night, late last night, late nights, coming in at weird odds at in the morning, we know he's cheating. If we don't see him every day at night when he's supposed to be at home with you, he's cheating.
How do you know? You don't even live with them. How would you know this all goes on?
Because I was in a relationship when someone cheated on me, Adrian.
Okay, but can you find some patterns within that relationship and this relationship? I don't see a pattern at all. I just see, again, a very struggling family, unfortunately having bad luck in their marriage, and unfortunately it's come to this.
You know, I'm just gonna call it like I see it. I call it. You can call it as you see it. I call it as I see it. I see infidelity.
Okay, whatever you say, T.
I do.
Again, whatever you say.
Yes.
Although, again, the mother is live here via satellite, and she is going to be joining us here on commentary right after this game is over with. So we understand that, again, there's going to be a lot to say, at least in her behalf, from what she's going to be saying on what's been happening here in this whole situation dealing with Micha and the parents obviously divorcing. And I can only imagine what that kid is feeling like. But ladies and gentlemen, to switch gears, however, hey, this is going to be really cool. Hey, did you hear what's going to be happening over there in VR? For all those great VR fans, this coming Sunday, it's going to be the first ever Volcano Rush game night on Gorilla Tag. I can't wait for that one. If you actually are wondering what that is all about, you might want to stick around soon. We will, of course, get the chance to deliver the whole rules when it comes to that map.
Yeah, and we all get to see Rebels struggle and try to not fall off of a volcano while commentating and yes.
Oh, don't worry. We actually have a spot up there. But nonetheless,
Okay.
though, again, you're going to see a lot of struggle, though, when it comes to the participants. They're going to be participating all the way from the bottom all the way to the top of the volcano with the lava rising. But that's, again, this coming Sunday. Tonight here in Horizon, we know the matchup is underway, and this matchup is actually going to conclude. This is the final round officially. Crispy, though, standing tall here tonight with official 6 points at this point in time. And Crispy, going back to what I was saying about him, how he's had a lot of potential and that he really himself, he's been striving for this moment. He's been literally scratching and clawing for this moment. He has been dreaming of this moment for him to really be the guy to win matches and so forth. He really is doing it tonight, and the fact is Crispy continues to impress.
Yeah, I was going to say that. I mean, because the fall ball was just on 2 health right there, and that he did not have a chance to get that win there. But yeah, Crispy has been on a roll. He's been on fire. He is on fire. He is. I mean, He just going to continue to dominate here tonight.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is the official game here tonight. Congratulations to the winner, Crispy, with a total of 6 game wins in the first 10 rounds. Ladies and gentlemen, it has been a tremendous game here tonight. And for T, it has been an honor for us to call this great game. And I think, again, folks, this is really, and I mean really, going to be the start of something that Crispy could capitalize on to eventually maybe down the road become a champion. This could be the rise of Crispy.
The rise and Crispy, yes. I can see it too. I see the vision. Crispy coming and getting to be a champion. I will be looking forward to that match between him and Mist.
We're going to find out what's going to be transpiring down the road here. But before we switch gears, though, T, if I can really have your final thoughts, though, of the match that you saw here tonight, the high-octane action, the incredible kills, there's just everything about it, the festivities that took place here in this matchup. You had to be impressed, and you have to give credit to all the great players who attended here tonight. You have to show a lot of respect, tons of respect for every single person that competed here.
Oh, absolutely. Everybody did incredible. I mean, but tonight the MVP was Crispy. Actually 2 MVPs. There's Crispy and then Fall Ball as well. They both try to one-up each other. I think those 2 are going to be a great rivalry, Fall Ball and Crispy. So, that was a very, very incredible, outstanding performance from all competitors here tonight.
It has been tremendous. It has been an honor. It has been splendid. It has been entertaining. And it was very much incredible to see Crispy winning here tonight. But again, for all those who competed here, thank you so much for actually competing. Thank you so much for participating in this free-for-all matchup on Fortnite for TM Major Matt. In just a matter of moments, though, we're going to be joined by Micha's mother, who again has an announcement to make concerning the divorce. And we understand, T, that a lot of things are going to be going down in just a matter of moments. In fact, again, we're being told that Micha's mom is here with us live. And we understand that, again, at this point in time, she has something to say, but she is connecting. And before she connects here, T, any final comments before we actually hear what's going to happen?
I know this one, amigos. She's gonna say, "You're right, Rebel. He's been out. He's been out all night. He's been coming at weird hours at the night. He's been doing all this stuff, and you're gonna hear the truth behind this. And I'm ready to hear the truth behind it. And Micah deserves to know the truth about his father."
Well, ladies and gentlemen, with that being said, please welcome none other than Micah's mother, who joins us yet again this week. Last week, she announced that it was very much true that her husband was in the middle of a divorce. Well, this past week, she also said that she was going to return for an announcement. And, well, Micah's mom, welcome, and can you let us know exactly what that announcement is? And I understand that also Mike is actually watching the broadcast right now. And what do you have to say to your son? Your son is actually watching this live right now. What do you have to say to Micah at this point here?
I gotta say, tell the truth. Tell the truth about what he did to you.
Whoa. You talking? We understand that there's actually some technical errors happen here. We're going to try to connect with Micah's mom in just a moment. But, I mean, how can you say that to this poor woman?
We need the truth. We need the truth about what happened. There's definitely something. There's things that's going on. There is seriously something. I know cheaters when I see it, Adrian. I know. He's a scumbag. I'm sorry, Micah, to say this about your father. I really am. I don't know the man. I don't know him. But I can say he is a cheater. He is a dirty man that looks at different women and for pleasures, and he doesn't pleasure his wife. He look at different women, and he's just foul. He is a foul.
You don't know anything about that.
He is a foul, dirty man, Adrian.
You do realize that you're throwing more dirt in this family situation that very is much the saddest thing I've ever been a part of. And what are you going to do that? You're going to sit there and you're going to actually claim all this? You should be ashamed of yourself, T.
I'm just saying what I experienced, everybody, other people experience when child is involved, Adrian. There's, I can't express this enough. I mean, why are you fighting about, you said, what did you say, insurance and all that stuff? Why would they fight about insurance? Why would they fight about bills? Oh, I'm gonna get a divorce because of bills or because of...
Oh, it's a huge... Oh, okay, yeah, okay. You're going to tell me that that's not even an excuse. You're going to tell me that's not a factor when it comes to divorce. You got to be kidding me, T. One of the main reasons why there's a lot of divorces going on is because of finance, by the way. But wait a minute. I'm being told right now that Micah's mom has actually connected. And again, Miss Micah's mom, it looks like your son is watching live on Twitch. We were hoping if you can actually let us know exactly what this announcement is, because we know that it's a very, very hurting, and I mean hurting scene for all of you guys right now at this point in time. So perhaps maybe if you can actually give us or perhaps maybe a small little update here on what's been happening as of late. And before you do speak, please disregard T's comments. We do apologize for that.
No. Tell your son the truth. Explain it to your son that I'm sorry, Micah, that your dad is an awful human being, that he cheated on me, and that your son, that he does not deserve. Like, seriously.
But what do you have to say to your son?
I love you, Micah. I want to do the right thing for our family. Your father and I have agreed on a solution. If you can win a Fortnite match, we will stay together. But if you don't, we will officially get a divorce. We believe in you, Micha.
Wait. The stipulation is a Fortnite match? Wait.
We just-
Hold up. So you mean to tell me? You mean to tell me that you're gonna have a match to determine you get a divorce? Did I hear that correct?
Well, we have never seen this happen in the history of Eon Network. In fact, in the history of anywhere. But wait a minute. We understand that she's here with us and she has more to say about this.
I love you, Micha. You mean so much to me and to your father. We care about you deeply and want to do what is best for our family. Your happiness and well-being are our top priorities. That's why we have come up with this solution, and we believe it's the right decision for all of us. I know that this is a lot of pressure on you, but we have faith in your abilities. We know that you are skilled at Fortnite and that you have won many matches before. So please, give it your all and give us a chance to save our family.
Pause. How are you going? How are you gonna put that on your child? You're gonna put that on your child. You're gonna make him. You're gonna make him try to win a match to save your marriage. No, you don't do that. You don't do that.
Well, see, I mean,
The thing is, it's between parents. Kids should not be involved in a vote. No, the parents need to work it out. It's the parents' issue. It's not the child. It's not the child's fault that you guys are getting divorced. No, it's the parents' fault. You know, the kids are not getting a divorce from your parents. The parents are. You guys are getting a divorce, not the kid. Micha should not be involved in this match.
I mean, I have to agree with you. I mean, it looks like Micha, the man who started this entire thing by saying that his parents were getting a divorce, the kid who was scared in the beginning, now has all the pressure in the world.
He should be scared. He should still be scared.
Well, his mother has officially said it there, T. In order for this marriage to be saved, Micha will have to win a Fortnite match. It's the first ever Fortnite match to save a marriage. If Micha wins, his parents stay. If he loses, they get a divorce.
Look like they're gonna get divorced then.
Oh, how can you say that? You don't know that. Micha could actually win this matchup. What are you trying to say? This is a great chance for Micha to at the very least, to try to save this, to save this family. And you're going to sit there and already automatically conclude that Micha's not going to win.
I'm just being realistic.
Is that what I'm hearing right now?
I'm just being realistic. You guys, a lot of skilled players on Fortnite. Do you think out of everyone, he can outbeat everyone just to save a marriage? You got people, skilled players on Fortnite. How can you just say, oh, he's gonna beat everyone in Fortnite just to save his marriage?
Okay.
Are you seriously gonna say that?
Well, you know, at this point in time, though, there's only one thing that Micha wants, and that is to save the marriage. And Micha now understands he has one goal in mind, to win this Fortnite match for his parents to stay. And I'll tell you, despite the fact that I disagree with this, despite the fact that I agree with the fact that Micha should not be involved in this, despite the fact that Micha should not be battling for his parents' marriage, the one thing is for certain. He does have a chance, does Micha. Micha has a chance to fix this. Micha has a great chance for him to see his own parents still loving each other and still a family. And that's what Micha's going to have to do. He has to make sure he wins this Fortnite battle. And that's going to be taking place down the road. The first ever Fortnite match to save a marriage here.
You know what I want? I want Donald Trump to be out of office, but that's not going to happen either, isn't it?
I don't think that's going to be happening anytime soon. But nonetheless,
Yeah.
though, ladies and gentlemen, thanks for joining us here tonight on Fortnite. The only thing that I can say is the first ever Fortnite match to determine if a family is going to be divorced or if they will stay as a family. For TM Adrian Matt Thanks for joining us. We'll catch you next time.
Micah, praying that you win. I'm praying that you win, but I don't think so. Anyway, stay